since I blended it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Two fat guys in a microphone.
Really?
Two fat guys in a microphone. Big talk, no filter.
Hey, I'm Tim, Big Talk, and you are?
Paulie, no filter.
Absolutely, we know that.
Welcome back to our podcast here. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed our other ones, and you're still following us, still watching us, and you're enjoying our content. So what we're putting out, I mean, we're trying to touch a little bit of everything, and so far I think we've done a good job.
Yeah, we've talked sports, like politics. I mean, everything.
We've hit a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Family, friends, everything. We've hit it all. So
yeah, make sure you go in and watch our Heroes episode. I think you'll really like that.
yeah, that was a great one. I love that one.
Well, you got to see our softer side, for sure. And I think being transparent like that, showing
we
that
have a lot of softness to us. Feel us. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You're like that big giant beanbag, that you buy and you lay in there and watch movies.
So you're calling me a big softy? Is that what you're calling me?
That's what I'm calling. Yeah,
all right. I like Mr. Softy. Remember that? Remember he used to drive around ice cream truck, Mr. Softy?
Yeah,
all right.
And not here, no. not here.
Hey,
maybe that's a New York thing.
This show here, we're going to bring you a little bit of stuff that's in the news right now. It's pretty relevant, and we got some strong opinions on this one.
Oh yeah.
We're going to talk about Rampage Jackson's son, Rajay Jackson.
Right.
There we go. These two here, great friends.
But
they love each other.
Let's get one of our sponsors in right now, though. Wasn't that the plan to do?
No, we're going to do that at the end. No,
okay, we're going to do it at the end. All right. I'm making sure, trying to keep you on track because you're like squirrel.
Yeah, I know. You lose me quick, so I must be rubbing off on you a little bit.
Well, I'll tell you what.
we are close enough to rub here a little bit. We're rubbing the walls, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm checking the durability of my chair right now.
We got Addison back there, the sound guy, just doing a little check back there. How you doing back there, Addison?
All right,
Addison's doing good. He's getting a little hungry there. We got all this food over here, banana. This guy's on a diet over here. And I got some chips, but I'm gonna hold off on the chips. We're almost not going golfing, but it's almost tea time, and if you know me, you know what that means.
Yeah. Well, let's let him in on the secret.
Twisted tea, baby, twisted tea.
Twisted tea, yeah.
I'm about to get twisted soon. You do that kind of twisting. I don't do that kind of. I do this kind of twisting. Twisted teas.
Yeah,
baby.
we haven't done a cannabis show yet, so we'll have to do that.
We will. You don't want me drinking and talking.
No.
My filter,
cannabis,
my filter goes to a whole different level of no filter.
Oh,
whew, yeah,
for sure.
And my mom, my daughter, and they'll be watching the show. I can't do that.
Well, I will tell you this as a big guy, and I'm sure it doesn't do it to you, but when we were doing some shows, and I was over here on a Friday night, and we're hanging out, doing a couple shows, and then we go downstairs to the kitchen. You're like, hey, you want a twisted tea? Yeah, sure, I'll try it,
Oh, it's the first time we tried it?
Yeah, I haven't drinking them all. So I had a twisted tea, then I had about 3 of them. But I tell you what, those for me come out faster than they go in.
Oh, yeah, I call it gut rot the next day.
Oh, yeah, no, dude, I must have spent an hour on the toilet.
Well, we got you see our picture up there with these two. I mean, if you're not familiar with this incident, you got a wrestler on the right with the beard, and you got Rajay Jackson's son, or Rampage Jackson's son, Rajay Jackson, and what a disaster this was. From what I see, our pictures here. Addison's doing a great job back there.
Yeah.
He takes a beer can to the head, Rajay Jackson,
right,
and they thought it was part of the show,
right,
and he hits him with it, and then they said, "Hell no, he's not in the script. He's not in the character." And all of a sudden, you could hear the other wrestlers in the background saying that.
Yeah.
And he busted a beer can on him. And after he knew that it wasn't part of the show, the guy reaches out his hand and says, hey, I'm sorry. They shake hands.
Yeah.
He says it again. I'm sorry. He shakes hand again.
Right.
Now, if you're going to, here's the thing. You're going to hit me with a beer can. The minute you hit me, I'm reacting.
Right.
And he's an MMA fighter. I don't expect any less from him than to react.
Right.
Okay? His first instinct right there should have been, bam, hit him.
Yeah.
And he didn't. He didn't hit him then.
Right.
He waits until what happened was social media got involved.
Right.
People were on his page, and they're telling, man, you're soft, you're weak. You let that freaking guy hit you. You let him put that upside your head. and he kept eating at him and eating at him and eating
Right.
at him.
Right.
And then he runs in a ring, and they told him to do this, run in the ring and get revenge, but it was supposed to be plotted. Like, I mean, let's.
Right, like a skit.
I don't want to spoil it for anybody out there, but if you're watching this show and you don't know wrestling's fake, come on, wake up, wake up. Now UFC, not fake,
No.
not fake
No.
at all.
No.
I mean, I've seen some of the rings full of blood. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
wring those things out.
Right.
So he jumps in the ring and picks him up and slams him. Now, okay, here's my thing. If he would have stopped at the slam,
Yeah.
I would have been okay with that. Even though he knocked him out on the slam, I don't think well, I guess he did intentionally mean to do it.
Right. Right.
He drops him on his head, knocks him out cold, and he hit him. I heard the number was 27 times after that. You see in a picture here, that's the slam. He picks him up
Right.
and slams him down.
Right.
The other wrestler's trying to pull him off him. Now, what kind of wrestler are you that you can't grab? I mean, I guess maybe he's strong. I don't know. He's trying to pull him off. It took another wrestler to come in and grab him,
Right. Right.
which now the other wrestler took a shot to the face too. He hit him, and I think he knocked some teeth out of him.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He hurt the other wrestler too, and the other wrestler never he wasn't trying to hurt him. He was just trying to restrain him to say, "Hey, knock it off! Stop
Yeah,
hitting him!
exactly.
You've already beat the guy half to death."
Right. Right.
It took him, I think, 4 days to come out of the coma.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think they finally arrested him.
Yes, he is arrested.
Okay,
You know, and
I thought they did.
he is arrested, pretty high bail. You know, too. But the other thing behind this too is that, you know, like, okay, so we know Rampage Jackson. You know, I mean, MMA fighter. Those guys are at a different level.
Yeah, and,
you
and
know,
they're,
of
they're trained
intensity.
differently. They're intense.
Right. They're intense, but they all know when they're in public that if you go up a guy that's not, you know, MMA trained, then you're considered a lethal weapon. That was even back as far as, you know, when jiu-jitsu,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and all
If you're,
that.
you're a black belt. You're
You're now a weapon.
you're held like the CDL drivers. You're held to a different standard of you know of
Right,
the
right.
profession.
Now you could defend yourself,
Right,
but
right,
you're not
absolutely.
there for a 5-minute MMA fight.
No,
You know, you
and-
defend
and,
yourself and you go.
I mean, I was when I first seen this, I thought it was a skit. I really did. I was
Yeah,
hoping
yeah.
until I seen him really. I mean, he was pounding him.
Yeah, yeah.
He was
yeah.
putting them fists almost through his. He was. If the ring wasn't soft, it would have been worse.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's going to come down to. I mean, obviously he's going to sue him if he gets out of.
Well, he
if
may even have legal. I think he's got like jail time coming.
I'm
you
sure.
know,
I'm
so-
sure. And I
Because that's assault with a deadly weapon.
and I think he deserves it. Like I
Yeah.
said, if he would have stopped at the slam,
Right.
maybe
Right, right.
I might have thought of it a little differently.
Sure.
I might have said, all right, he got him back for the can to the head. Okay.
Right.
But
Right.
once you shook his hand, the minute you shook his hand, and you said you accepted his apology twice, it's over.
Yeah, it's squash.
Now the rest of it now is premeditated.
Well, excuse me. And the other thing behind that too, what really got me on this is, yes, after all that happened, but when they were following him with cameras outside, you know, he was whining like a little girl. You know, I won't be disrespected.
That
I'm
was
tired of people doing this to me.
That was the media got into his head. They
Yeah.
pumped him up.
Right. And so just hearing that you don't have that kind of emotional control, you know, and that, you know, this whole disrespect thing, I you know, I even heard it in work. It's like, you know, I asked somebody to go do this task and whatever, and maybe I didn't, you know, say, hey, pretty please, could you please take out of your day?
The
to
fuck
go
I
this?
would.
It's like, hey, this, you know, and then it comes back, it's like, well, you don't have to be so disrespectful. I'm like, bitch, I could be disrespectful if you want me to be.
Right. I'm just right. Yeah. They take
know.
it. I mean, they don't know what respect is.
Right, right. So,
Some
so
people.
seeing that, then that just tells me that this guy shouldn't be in MMA. And
I don't think he will be. I can't
No.
see them. They wouldn't. I mean, I think, you know what? That's the stuff the woke needs to go after. Stuff like that.
Right.
If he comes back to fighting, they should go. No way. There's no way to protest that. The guy should not be in a ring again.
right.
I mean, I think he ruined his career by that one stupid moment.
Oh no,
And-
I think
and
for
he-
sure.
He's young. I think he's like
Right.
25.
Right, right.
He is young. I'll give him a little bit, but come on. I mean, have some sympathy after you did that.
Right.
He did none. He pretty much. If that guy died, that's murder.
You know, for 100%.
That's murder.
He'd be in life in prison.
I think that's why they waited to charge him.
yeah.
I think
Just
they
to
waited a
see
few
what
days.
Yeah.
Are they going to charge him with assault and battery, or are they going to charge him with murder? I mean,
Right.
I think that's what it took them. They could have arrested him that night, but they had to wait because the guy was in a coma for days.
Right, right. And here's another thing when you're talking about, like, I'm a huge Dana White fan. with the UFC.
You're huge, anyways. But
However, is that we've seen what Conor McGregor walk on the guy who was fighting that was Russian walked on the bus, and got a fight with a couple of the trainers and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, I thought it was a little hype, but
Right, exactly, and that's the difference. Is that Dana White doesn't step in. He believes in freedom of speech. He doesn't agree with what some of these lunatics say, but he believes in, I've heard him at a lot of conferences, news conferences saying, no, we've got freedom of speech. Now, do I like what this person said? No, absolutely not.
Do you think this gave that UFC a little black eye?
Well, I don't think, I think being attached to Rampage Jackson, it gave a little bit of a black eye, but in the fact of that the Conor McGregor thing, and there's been other fighters that have done that, but they have already reached. Conor McGregor was a household name around the world.
Yeah.
Now Conor McGregor wasn't doing that as he's fighting up and trying to get to the belt and all that kind of stuff. He wasn't doing crazy shit like that.
No.
But yeah, after he became champion and and all that kind of stuff, then yeah.
Like Rampage Jackson has had that title. He's been up there.
He's been up there, and so I think that it being his kid, how come? And then I saw another clip where he was arguing with his dad, with Rampage the son, and stuff, and he's like, "What? You're not going to come up for me? This is the son saying this."
Well, I think his dad knows the business, and he knows he just ruined his career.
Oh, 100%, 100%, and I think that's why. Because I saw something, I wasn't going to bring this up, but Rampage Jackson was like in tears talking about what his son did.
He knows he threw his career away. I think in that instant, he knows his son has no shot now.
Yeah,
they can't give him another shot. They can't put him in. Now what? Now now you're done. I mean, after your jail time, you're getting out. You have no fighting career.
Right.
Your fighting career is over.
And that's
so
why
now you got to get a real job, I guess.
Yeah, and that's why I think the UFC, and Dana White is going to say no, because that was ridiculous. Now he wants guys that are alpha males, 100%.
I would love to know Dana White's take on this. If Dana White, if you happen to watch our show, I'm reaching a little bit there.
Yeah,
but if you happen to watch our show or anybody knows him, tell him to watch our show. We would love to hear his opinion and what he thought about this.
Well, yeah, because he's in Vegas, we're in Reno.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Yeah, it's close enough to support local boys.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, no.
The redheaded stepchild of Vegas over here in Reno.
Yeah, so no, that's not too far fetched. He might give a couple fat guys a listen. You know what I mean?
Right.
But big supporter of Dana White. He's done wonders with the UFC. Love his not his politics, but more of, hey, and I'll tell you the Peloton story while we're on UFC.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'd love to hear this.
So Theo Vaughn, comedian, a little bit of an actor, has a huge podcast following. To be honest with you, being out of the game and not paying too much, I didn't know these guys. I didn't know who Theo Vaughn was.
I don't know who he is.
I listened to him. He's got some good jokes, funny guy, but he's also like cool, plays the corporate side of it too. So anyhow, he has Dana White on. Well, because Peloton supports, Theo Vaughn's podcast, he was going to have JFK Jr. on there. The guy who's
I know who he is.
Right?
I know the JFK family from what I hear and what I know.
Right?
That's a whole different show,
right? So anyhow, Peloton came on and said, if you have him on, we're pulling our sponsorship. And Peloton's huge now. When it first came out, they were trying to get Peloton was way too expensive.
You and me don't own one, that's for damn sure. But
no. Yeah. I've had 3 treadmills and they all were good for hanging clothes on. But but no, the real thing that I'm trying to say with this is that this is what Dana White did in the middle of that show. So he's talking and he's like, no way. So they Googled the guy who's the CEO for Peloton. Well, he looks like a total tool. This guy's a douchebag to the max.
Right.
Dana White has all these gyms, right, that they have.
Right.
So he calls this guy while they're there and says, hey, do we have Pelotons in our gym? Because, yeah, we got them all over the place. He says, pull them.
I love it.
Pull them. Throw them out in the trash right now. Because there's nobody that's going to be out there that's going to tell us who we can and who we can't have on. And do. And so that's what he did. That's why I think Dana White is a badass because it's like, hey, you're going to do this bullshit? We don't need you. We don't want you. You know,
Right.
you could have the best treadmill and workout equipment in the world, but you're going to be like that, and they mainly woke, you know, and he says, don't need you.
I like it. I mean, you know, like me and you had a discussion before this. You can't let your sponsors dictate what you say on your show.
Right.
I mean, we're Big Talk. We have sponsors. We'll mention them at the end.
Yeah.
And you know, if they didn't like something we said, then we part ways. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you know, we're not going to they're not going to tell us we can't say this or we can't say that because it's
Right.
you know, Big Talk, no filter.
Right.
That's what we're here for. We're here to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yeah.
So help our fat asses.
Yeah, and you know, and not the regular podcast because we're going to talk about what's on our mind, and it's probably on your mind too. You know.
Yeah.
Just don't
It's
want to
something.
say it.
Yeah, it's something you don't want to say, but we got a mic now. We're going to be able to say it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we're all about, and so we can say these kinds of things. But back to this whole wrapping it up or Rampage Jackson's son. You know, yeah. I mean,
I'm going to follow it. I'm interested to see what happens to him. I want to see how much jail time he gets, or you know, I mean,
or if any, you know. Too,
well, I mean,
on the flip
you
side.
never know what this wrestler could do. This wrestler could turn around and forgive him, and they could work it out. And who knows?
Right,
You never know
right,
what kind of guy he is. I never heard of him. It's a lower end wrestling. It's not WWF. It wasn't
Right,
Vince
right.
McMahon or something like that. You know.
Well, you saw in that picture too, the other wrestler that was trying to hold him back
Yeah.
had his face painted white, you know, and it's like,
Yeah, I think I could take that guy. I want to wrestle him.
I think you could do.
If you guys see that, set up the match between me and the guy that couldn't pull Rampage Jackson's son off him.
of him, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So you know, it was one of those things that was kind of like more skit stage type of stuff.
They thought it was going to be, but then it turned out to be not staged. I
Yeah,
mean, there was
exactly.
there was no script on that one.
No, absolutely. And yes, the beer can on the side of the head, but that's like they're taking chairs to the sides of their head, and
We used to do it when we were kids wrestling
right.
at the boys club back in New York.
Yeah.
We used to take a chair and they would hit me with the chair, and I knew just enough to hold my hands there and make it sound like it hit me.
Yeah.
And then ketchup packets all over my face. We used to do it. I swear to
Right.
God, we used to do it.
I believe you. So
We had fun with it. We thought we were going to be wrestlers. I wanted to be a wrestler. I was always a big fat kid. All I had to do was work out a little bit more and maybe buy a Peloton, and I would have been all right. But they weren't around back then.
yeah, I don't think a Peloton would hold you, but that's just my that's just my thought process. You know,
Well-
I know what I can and can't do, and Peloton's not one of them.
Yeah, no, probably not. But being here in Reno,
Yeah.
speaking of Reno, and Dana White being in Vegas, and we talked about that. What's going on right now in Reno?
Well, it's not Reno; it's the Black Rock and
Well, they got to fly into Reno.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. You know that all
Yeah.
too well. Burning Man.
Burning Man.
2025.
We went in 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a great time. I think I tell my passengers when I drive them all the time, you should put that on the bucket list. You should do it at least once.
Yeah. No, 100%.
It is some of the most amazing artwork. That's what I like the most. The artwork.
Yeah.
I mean, you get over the naked people walking around after about 10 minutes.
Well, when I came out of the Orgy Dome, I don't think I could walk for a couple of weeks.
Oh, that fucking guy got you, huh? Wow. Oh boy, I would have never admitted that, Tim.
No,
never.
just kidding. The Orgy Dome isn't dudes. Trust me.
Hey, the Orgy Dome got blown away.
Yeah, they closed it. Yeah.
It blew away the mattress, everything. They were so. I think they were more upset that the Orgy Dome blew away than the rain or the mud.
Oh, 100%. But no, and so when it started,
Oh yeah, 1986, I think it was. I just read this. I don't know the guy's name, but what happened? I just read that the way it started was the guy had a breakup with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And him and his buddy got in a camper, went out to the desert, and started camping just to to get away because it was that's how it started in '86. And now look at it. I mean, it started when we went in 2011.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, our tickets were because I had some friends that lived on in the tribe
Right.
on the Indian land out there. Our tickets were $160 a piece.
Right.
I don't think you can touch a ticket right now for under $600.
No, and that's what I wanted to talk about because this originally started, they were from the Bay Area, San Francisco area and stuff like that. And so, obviously California has been liberal. I mean, it's flopped back and forth, but San Francisco, let's even just say San Francisco,
Right.
Haight-Ashbury, a lot of things happen, a lot of creative people,
Oh yeah,
great
great music.
Being in cannabis, I would, go to Hippie Hill, and stuff, and it's a fun event.
Sitting here on the dock of the bay. Yeah, great song, great song.
But no, so when they started it, there were obviously the man, they've stayed the same,
Yeah.
but they used to have there because they were anti-capitalist.
Screw the man.
Yeah,
Right.
screw the man. It's
Yeah.
like burning man,
Right.
to burn the man.
Right.
And then they had this one feature where this guy, for years, 30 years, it was Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase Bank,
All the big corporate,
all these big corporate banks. They would do this big hype thing and then burn it down, right? And that was
they were trying to give him one of these.
yeah, exactly.
In Italian, this means hey,
Fango.
fango. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's what the event was about, and stuff like that.
It
So,
seems like you got away from it a little bit now.
100%.
I haven't been there. I haven't been there since 2011, but
right.
I mean, I know the prices of it now. I pick people up all the time.
Yeah, ridiculous.
I've picked up celebrities. The lead singer for Lifehouse.
Oh, really?
Yep, I picked
Okay.
him up, and I gave him a ride. He was flying out to the playa.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna
I
talk
just picked
about
up.
that.
I just picked up some. I think I want to call them a, what's it called? Housewives of New York. That's what it reminded me of. They were late.
The elites.
Yeah, they were in their like 50s, and they're all dressed like these young, trying to look young, and the wrinkles were giving it away. Trust me.
Right.
They were
right.
talking about how they just came from the Hamptons, and they're real estate agents in New York, and they picked up a guy because burners are very friendly. They brought someone with him to go on. He was going to the airport. They were flying out of the private jets on the JSX side.
Right.
And he said, I just got back from Switzerland last night. I'm going out there. And this is what he says. I love this. That's why I love my job.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, the wife and the kids went back home. So now I'm getting away. I can go to Burning Man now. And I'm thinking, wow, what a piece of shit this guy was. He really, I mean, he was talking like he was, the
He's
wife and
going out
kids.
there to,
Yeah, I'm going out there to do something bad now.
yeah.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? He's going out there to the orgy tent that's not there.
Exactly.
Haha, good for you,
It's
buddy.
The Orgy Dome.
Orgy Dome.
Get the name right.
You missed it. It blew away. So you're going to be very disappointed when you get there. But you should. I mean, all they were doing is talking about how they just flew in from here, and they all money. I mean, these people probably had more money than I'll ever see in my lifetime.
Right.
Going out to Burning Man, which I thought was supposed to be and I do like the part about Burning Man that the richest and the poorest, they're all just equal out there.
Right.
So they say.
Right.
But I've heard some stories about some of these camps out there that these people, celebrities come in and put on shows and stuff.
Well, let me tell you this. From what I heard in the news, again, was that Paris Hilton. Now she's been out there a few times.
Yeah,
right.
she fits in there.
Yeah, 100%. Totally her gem, and we all know this.
Right.
But when you're talking about capitalism and all this kind of stuff, I heard they paid her $2 million to DJ.
Wow.
And I'm sure she's good, but it's like it just reminded me of you got away from everything of this history.
Hey, why don't they pay us $1.2 million to go do our show out there live next year?
Right?
I'm in.
I mean,
I mean, Addison, the sound guy, said, "Yeah, he'll go."
I'll do 750,000. I mean, I'm not. I don't have to be 1.2 mil.
Yeah, I'll take 1.2 mil.
But
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll do it for an even mil. We'll be generous. We'll do it for an even mil. We'll go out
Yeah.
there. We'll do our podcast, Two Fat Guys on a Microphone, from the Orgy Dome.
Orgy Dome. Yeah.
Right outside of it. We'll do this. We'll listen a little bit from the outside. How about that?
But no, and look, I like Channing Tatum. He's an actor. Played in tons of shows, right?
Right. Yeah.
I really like him. But when I saw that he flew into the playa on a private jet,
They do it all the time. I
Well-
drop them off at JSX. They have their own planes that fly them in
Right.
and out all day long.
Now, that is never been before. Like I said, 10, 15 years ago, you'd have never saw that.
I didn't see any of those people when I was there in 2011.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything
it's
about
not
any of
happening.
these celebrities there.
So you want to talk about taking what something is truly pure about what you believe in to now making it, switching it from what it
commercialized now.
started. Now it's all about the man,
I'm
right?
surprised McDonald's and Burger King ain't out there now.
I know, right? So yeah, so
Or a Walmart. They haven't put a Walmart out there yet? Oh, no, they
No.
wipe out the Walmarts here in Reno, and then they drive out there.
Yeah.
That's right. I love the Burners. Don't get me wrong. I love them. They are one of the best events that we have for Uber and Lyft in Reno.
sure.
They move,
absolutely.
they go, they travel, we got to pick them up with all their luggage and stuff the week before. The week before.
Right.
But the week after, next week,
No.
I'm not.
Nobody,
you know,
nobody touches
Monday, I'm not going near it. Tuesday, my car's going in to get a transmission service all day because I don't want to pick them up. They're great people. I love taking them out there. They're friendly, very nice people.
Right.
But when they come back, if you've never been there, If you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't been there,
Right.
it's the dirtiest thing you'll ever see. That playa dust
Oh yeah,
gets
the
in.
playa is
It gets in
horrible.
your car. You can't get it out. You
No.
cannot get it out.
No.
People go to the emergency room after this because they have things called playa. Let's say I'm trying to be politically correct. Playa vagina. I'll use that word. And this is true. I mean, people get it in. They get it in their body parts, and it's just this dust, this fine playa dust. It's not
Yeah.
like regular mud. It's not dirt that you
No.
get anywhere else in the world. This
Yeah.
stuff is special. It's insane what this stuff does to your cars, to your body, everything.
Well, it's 10 times worse than this, but I'll give you kind of an example. Is that
Oh, don't tell me about you had it in some spots on you.
no?
Okay, good. Whew,
No,
thank
no, no,
God.
no.
Thank God.
No. I would have went to a car wash and just hosed myself off.
There you go.
But no, that it's like going to the beach and getting sand everywhere,
Right.
and then you go back to your car.
But sand comes off.
No, it does, but it gets everywhere.
Right,
You know, you
right.
you have sand in all body parts. You know, when you go to the beach, I live right on the ocean. you
See, I
know.
don't do too many
Yeah.
beaches because I'm afraid to get pushed back in.
Well, they might look at you as like, oh, we could sushi.
Harpoon them.
Yeah, get the harpoons out, right?
Yeah, I don't do beaches, but I mean, they were lucky enough to get me to go to Burning Man at one time because I'm not a camper. We
Well,
tried
know,
camping.
we
I
know how
tried
you feel
camping
about
a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and I lasted one night. I was home by the morning. I think it's the same with Burning Man. I think it's like being homeless with food and alcohol.
that. Right, right. And so, anyways, I'm not where this started. We have this secondhand store here called Junkies.
Oh yeah,
And, you know,
yeah, I've been there.
and when Burning Man was back in the 90s and early 2000s, Junkies would get some tickets to sell,
Oh,
you
okay.
know, for Burning Man.
Right.
And then they carry everything when you want to make
Oh,
boas.
everything. It's the best place to go to. They're probably the busiest time of the year.
Yeah,
Before Burning Man.
For Burning Man. And then when they started to say that when they were raising the price of tickets from 150 to 300 a piece, that was in that time frame.
Yeah.
You know, and they weren't given like those type of places that was a staple here in Reno that they could pick up stuff and get tickets and all that kind of stuff. They weren't giving tickets anymore to sell, and more. So now then it moved to online.
They stopped giving them to the people on the reservation too, because
Yeah.
I checked a couple years after that to see if we can get tickets from them again. They said they weren't offering them to them no more.
Yeah. So it's totally taken a different direction, and that's what I say is that like some things just need to be traditional, just like Cracker Barrel. You know,
right.
it's like
Stay to what it was. Stay true to what it was.
Exactly. That's what you were built on. But
you know what?
Yeah.
What happens is, they say it's the American dream. I call it the American greed.
Right.
That's what
right.
happens. American greed.
Yeah.
I mean, they spend a lot of money. I mean,
Oh.
some of these artwork out there is
Now
millions
it's
of
like
dollars
crazy.
just to tear it all down and throw it out.
Yeah.
I mean, some people say waste of money. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's gotten a little out of hand, I think. I mean, I'm not opposed to it again. I mean, I'd go
Yeah.
back again. Now that I've been there once, I know what. Thank God I haven't picked these wet years.
Wasn't that crazy?
I can't wait.
Oh.
I got a buddy. My buddy Rolo's out there right now. I can't wait till he gets back to hear his stories.
Right. Well, and I follow. I'm a big Danica Patrick fan. You know,
She out there?
She goes out there every
really?
year. She's out there this year. She went out there last year when it rained really bad and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, what do we see? Chris Rock, Jimmy Kimmel. You know, those people
Big
trying to get out. Yeah, celebrities are now going, so now that ruins part of it.
Right.
You know, but I see Danica out there and she's posting stuff in the rain, and it's
Well,
like, yeah,
you know
you
what?
don't get that stuff
During
everywhere.
COVID, they shut it down, but they still went out there and did it, and it was like the old days.
Yeah.
I heard it was back to like it was what it was meant to be that year, because only certain people went and they did. It was like the beginning.
Yeah.
Because of COVID. So
Yeah.
they need to start, maybe they need to go back to that a little bit, but they can't because now the money's there corporate. It's like Coachella on steroids.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know, a lot of things happen. What I thought was funny though, and we'll get this, is that what I thought was funny is the guy that got hit by lightning.
Was it lightning? I heard he got electrocuted. I didn't hear it was lightning. I heard somebody got electrocuted. That's all I heard.
No, I thought it was hit by lightning.
Yeah, I haven't heard
Yeah.
which way yet. I'm sure it'll come out soon, but
Yeah.
I
All
guess
right.
Addison's telling us it's time to talk about our sponsors here.
All right, let's do that.
We're going to start with
Who we starting with?
Elite Garage
Ooh,
Doors.
Elite garage door, yes.
If you need garage door work done in Reno or anywhere around the surrounding area, I know he travels all over the place. I've
Yeah.
talked to him. He's up in Portola. He's in Tahoe. He's in South. There's my garage right there. He did mine last week.
yeah,
Great
yeah.
job.
Right.
I mean, one of the best in town. He's been in the business for 11 years now. And I mean, family business. I know Johnny. Johnny Lewis is the owner. He does great work. I know how particular he is.
Yeah.
I've been there when he's yelled at his employees, and I'm like, ooh, I would not want to work for Johnny. Johnny, but he's tough because his name's on it.
Right.
It's
right.
like, it's like
right.
me when I make my pizza, my name's on it. I want it to be perfect, and if it's not, and I respect that about him, and
Right.
he will, if it's not right, he'll come out himself and do it.
Yeah.
I've seen him. I've talked to him when he's on jobs till late at night. I don't think he gets a day off.
Well, and that's the thing, people always wait till their garage doors break. I was that way, really, kind of screwed me over in the wintertime because my car's parked in there. Now I can't get and it's not because it will come off the electrical and you can just pull it up.
Right, but that's a hassle.
Well, not only a hassle for guys like you and me, but the other issue is that when the wheels break and stuff like that,
Oh, yeah.
that pulling that up ain't happening.
It ain't happening, right?
Yeah.
So that's why you
So
got to
get the tune-up.
get the tune-up right now. Winter's coming. Get it tuned up before the cold weather comes and you're stuck outside in your driveway, or you're in the garage and you can't get to work.
Yeah.
And then you're calling them. I mean, don't worry. You call Johnny at 775-323-DOOR. He'll come out. Don't
Right.
worry. If you're stuck in your garage, call him. He'll be there. I know him. I know he'll be there.
Right.
So you give him a call and at 775-323-DOOR.
Right. Right.
And,
And-
in case you don't know what that number is, that's 775-323-3667. In case,
Okay.
we got rotary phones back in our days, so we knew what the letters were. But these newer generations, they might not have that on their phones. So,
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that.
yeah.
But anyway.
But yeah, give them a call. Elite Garage Door, the best in town. You will not be disappointed. I guarantee. I put my name on that.
Right, right. And I saw the work, so yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing down there. Does a great job. All right. A&Z Landscaping. This is the one I like because I like his tagline. I like all of our sponsors, don't get me wrong, but I love this one. It's like, enjoy life, let me do the work is his motto. That's his motto. And I love
He's
that.
raking your leaves and you're at the beach.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Mowing the lawn, doing whatever landscaping you need. And it's not just about lawns. He does landscaping. But the other things he does is snow removal. And
Winter's coming.
winter's coming, and that is something that is, big. If you ever try to get down your street or get down, even out of your driveway or your business, for
Yeah.
that matter, fair prices, good guy, he'll
give him a
be
call.
there.
He used to work for Signature Landscaping, which is a big landscaping company here in Reno.
Right,
And he, got off on his own because he's that kind of worker.
right.
He wants to get the job done and get it done right. And give him a call. 775-354-8518.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't just think it's for snow removal or that. He aerates, he does
No.
defensible spaces, and he does, irrigation stuff. So yeah, if you're having that problem and it rains and snows this winter and you got puddles in your backyard or your side yard or front yard, he can help you with the irrigation too.
And on that note, this podcast, you look for us, follow us, share it, tell your friends about it if you like it. If you don't, they still watch us. 'Cause you might like the next show that we put out. But
Right?
this is my favorite part of the show here, Tim.
I know you're
Say
gonna,
Tom.
You're
Tim.
gonna, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 2 fat guys in a microphone. 2 fat guys in a microphone. 2 fat guys in a microphone. Big talk, no filter.